Hey guys, Cdrama Invasion here. It's been so long since I've uploaded a Cdrama review, so I don't know when this will go up, but I'll just record dramas as I watch them. So I just completed My Journey to You after like a month of watching it. So let's go into the pros and cons, and I'll give you my rating at the end. Okay, so this one has 24 episodes starring Zhang Linghe and Esther Yu. I wrote down notes for my first reaction, and I said that the fight cinematography was so seamless and beautiful, and this remains that way throughout the drama, so that's definitely a plus. I thought the style on like that darker tone was just gorgeous and was such a good choice for a drama about assassins and spies. I'm just initially drawn into more of that second couple storyline, so if I talk more about those actors, that's why. Let's go through the acting. I'm going to start with the second couple first, then the main couple. So the second couple, I feel like the second female lead who plays Shangguan is so striking. There's something about her that's like, it's that innocence mixed with just her character. Her personality is just so interesting. It's actually quite a hard role to pay off, and she played like the coy damsel in distress, like manipulative girl so well. So Lu Yuxiao, I've been seeing lots of posts while I was watching this drama commenting on how great her acting was, and she's really, really good here. Her male partner, Ryan Chang, it's my first drama with him, and he did that ruthless, cold, heartless prince so well. Someone that just experienced so much trauma, and I don't know, I really liked this couple together. They were so interesting to watch. I was like, how is this gonna play out? As for the main leads, Esther Yu, props to her team or herself for, I think, signing up for acting classes, because there's a big jump from here compared to Love Between Fairy and Devil, because her crying scenes in Love Between Fairy and Devil, like there were so many shots that I remember like commenting that they would zoom out because she couldn't do a long crying scene, or it looked really forced, or she's like crying, there's like dust in her eyes, like stuff to distract you from her face, like a full zoom up on her face. But this didn't happen here. There's many crying scenes, and she really nailed it. The emotional side of things, I mean, she had to for a drama that's so angsty and filled with a lot of drama and trauma. I'm gonna be honest, as for the male lead, I was a little bit hesitant about his acting because he doesn't really have too much dramas under his belt as the main lead. But here, he's pretty good. And I would say, I don't know if it's the writing or if it's just so rushed. I would say his acting is fine. There's just something off about, maybe it's his character that I found a little bit bland. Probably because there was just so much going on, and like I said, 24 episodes. Are you kidding me? This type of storyline needs pretty much 40, unless they're gonna do season 2, which a lot of people are talking about. But can I be honest, it takes forever for season 2, and most of the time it just doesn't go anywhere because the actors are so popular and they're on to the next project. So it's really hard to, you know, get them back unless this show makes a lot of profit. Yeah, I noted down that the second couple's romance was similar to two vipers ready to strike at any time, and that's what drawn me to their story. The main couple, honestly, I noted down the romance wasn't that interesting, but I was so into Esther's like story and her backstory. It's just so devastating, and it's so intense in a way. Like, you're just rooting for her from day one. I mean, how can you not? I did enjoy the initial like sweet moments, how she fell for him. That was just so touching. Like, seeing him like do small things such as cook for her, and her reaction really made it for me. Like, I wasn't too sold on the romance, but I was more into her character, and I was happy for her, if you know what I mean. The costumes were so beautiful. I thought it matched the tone so well. The red and black and gold is so my aesthetic. I'm not gonna lie, I was kind of shocked when I saw the amount of episodes. I thought it was like the first half or something, but it doesn't say part 1 like Lost You Forever, so I was so confused by the end. Without going into too much spoilers, I'll just have to say the ending was just so disappointed. There was so many unanswered questions, like so many. There's those types of dramas that are open that you're like, what the heck, that are like disappointing, but it's not like this bad. This one is just like, I don't even know what's going on here. This one is just like a WTF ending is all I can say. I feel like the last 3 episodes there was just so much side plots, like big moments that were supposed to make you feel something, but you couldn't because everything was going by so fast. I was like, who is this again? Oh, that character. And it was all in like 2 episodes. And my other critique for the show is that they had so much forced comedic moments. I prefer stuff between like characters bouncing off each other. That's more fun than just one character doing the same thing again and again. And I'm sure if you watched it, you know who I'm talking about. The male lead's sister is just so annoying to me. I don't know, like I found her so unfunny, but there's some moments where it worked, but then she kept on doing the same thing again and again. So to be honest, I didn't really care for that character. I thought she was a bit unnecessary. I feel like this show would have benefited more with dark humor, or like, I don't know, just not so much on the nose and over the topness. It has a very solemn, mysterious vibe, and that type of comedy, that type of character just didn't fit with the drama in my opinion. Okay, so what is my rating for this drama? Now, like I said, beautiful cinematography. Really liked it. Like for the second couple, I really liked Esther Yu in here. I like what they did with her character. I loved a lot of things, but I think this is one of those dramas where the ending really messed it up for me. And I just had a feeling with 24 episodes and this type of assassin plot line, there's so many couples, so many things going on, that there's no way they could wrap it up. And I was right, unfortunately. So I'd give this a 7. Would I recommend it? Yes, to an extent. Yes, but then also, like, be aware. Like, know what you're going in for it. And if you like the actors and you're interested in that dynamic, like, go for it. The fight scenes are so good, by the way. And if you like Esther Yu, this is, like, a game changer. I think it's, like, her best role to date, to be honest. Because she's been stuck in that cutesy, clumsy, like, upbeat, happy girl role like all her life, and this is so different from that. Yeah, and on to the next review, which is Lost You Forever. I did take notes on this as well, but it wasn't that extensive because I binged it like throughout a very hectic traveling schedule, so apologies if I miss anything, but feel free to discuss everything and anything in the comments below. I love reading your comments, especially on dramas. Like anything that disappointed you, that you really liked, or that stood out to you. Do tell. Reverse harem has been like a genre that's been so old. I've been watching dramas since I was literally a child. So this is nothing new to me, but it was nostalgic, and I was so interested to see how they would bring it back. It was definitely a big thing in a lot of dramas back in the day, and a lot of older costume dramas still has that, like, she's the it girl and everybody just falls in love with her. But it got so annoying because a lot of people just did it completely wrong, and I would just have to say that this is the type of reverse harem I needed. And there's a reason why it got so popular, and that's because they wrote the characters and had enough time for each of the, like, love interests that it didn't feel like they were just there. They were just simping over her, even though that was a big part of it, and that is a part of it for the most part. But I like a story that can hold its own without the romance aspect. And yes, this had like politics, it had intrigue, mystery, a bit of fantasy here and there, so many interesting things. But it was done in a way where I thought was smart, which is breaking up to 2 parts. Unfortunately, in China, you're not allowed to air the 2 parts back to back, so that kind of sucks. You have to wait a couple months. But at first, I really had fun with this. And I love the pacing. Like, if the pacing was any different, it would have been a mess. The writers were so smart with this because there's so many dramas that feel so disingenuous because you have the main leads meeting like the very first episode, falling in love like 2 episodes later, like bam bam. But this one is slow and steady, and you understand everybody's characters and how the female lead is just showing different sides to every single one of the love interests, and it's interesting. Good dynamics. Yang here is smart, resourceful, and thank goodness doesn't do the cute, clumsy act like that naive female trope. She still has like some fun, cute, sweet moments, but it feels less cringe. This one topped the Heat Index as like the most watched drama on Tencent this summer, because I feel like everybody's just dying to know who she will fall in love with, like who's endgame and how. So who's your favorite, guys? At first, it was honestly Tan Jiansu's character as the white-haired vampire. I thought he was so interesting, but then at some part, like, it kind of weirded me out. Anyways, I would say all 3 kind of got on my nerves at one point, but then I also liked all 3 at one point. So yeah, pros and cons. Not everybody's perfect. At least they got that down right. At least they have different personalities. All of the male leads were so good here, to be honest. Zhang Wanyi is the one that impressed me the most, besides Tan Jiansu, but that's because I've never seen anything of this actor before, and as his first project, those micro expressions were so good, and every single actor here was so good at it, because all the male love interests, there's moments where you can see like they're sad, and it's like their demeanor, they're not saying anything, but it's just their micro expressions. Shang Liu and Kang Xuan were like the most interesting, even though I wanted to root for Deng Wei because he's my favorite actor out of the 3. So you have Zhang Wanyi's character, which is her long lost like almost like sibling like dynamic between the 2. And of course, he's the prince that nobody roots for. It's like him and her, ride or die. There's a lot of great emotional scenes with them. Like, I think the best emotional scenes has them together. And I was shocked by how good he was with those, like, crying emotional scenes. There's this, like, fire in his eyes that's so intense. And I thought, yeah, I understand why they casted him, because he just brings that fierce energy that I haven't seen in a long time in C-dramas. Like, you have villains, like Till the End of the Moon, Lo Yun-shi's character, like absolute villains. But this one is just like coy, manipulative, so interesting. I would say he's very similar to My Journeys to You, second male lead, second prince. Like, kind of like that, almost. Except there's like a lot of fake smiles and interesting politics stuff that he has to pretend to like certain people. And even if he's smiling, you can tell his eyes and like his expression is like a shark. He's so good. He's so charismatic in every single one of his scenes, him as well as Shang Liu. Honestly, Deng Wei is good too. It's just they give him the same damn role where he's like the underdog, the simp. He's just the nice guy. Yeah, props on that. Solid cast, really interesting direction. I'm still invested in this, and I still don't know who I love and who she's gonna end up with. Probably my bets are on the prince brother, but I'm like kind of obsessed with Tan Jiansu's character by the end of everything. Okay, so I haven't been able to start any dramas, but I will probably be able to follow like one more drama, so drop in the comments which one I should watch and review, and I'll see you guys in the next one.